guys, so this week we're going over the Misc-en Scene of The Big Lebowski and Moonrise Kingdom, and immediately right off the bat, the main thing I notice is the color schemes in both movies. So Moonrise Kingdom tends to be very monochromatic but very vibrant, whereas The Big Lebowski tends to be a little bit more noir, a lot more dull on the color scheme. There is a lot more varying color in The Big Lebowski, but very much muted, versus in Moonrise Kingdom it's almost completely monochromatic, but super vibrant, right? So we're seeing very high yellows and greens within the film, and then of course a couple pops of color to stand out that are contrasting. So we have like Susie's blue eyeshadow within it. But the main thing that I noticed between the two films is the way that they're shot, and that's kind of what made me choose one over the other. So in The Big Lebowski, most of your shots are kind of dead on to the characters, versus in Moonrise Kingdom, a lot of the time we're having a lot of movement. We have characters going in and out of frame, the frame begins to move, we stop in another scene, we'll move again, we'll zoom in very close and zoom far out, versus in The Big Lebowski we don't have a lot of that. For me, it made the film for The Big Lebowski feel a lot more fluid to the storyline, easier to follow and easier to concentrate on, so I really did like that aspect of it. Examples for that is right here. So the dude and his friends have already been through a lot,
He lives in North Hollywood on Redford.
but yet our scenes tend to still stay like this. It's just all about the dialogue.
Shut the fuck up, Donnie. Kid is in 9th grade, dude, and his father is, are you ready for this? His father is Arthur D.B. Sellers. Who the fuck is that?
So just normal characters and their dialogue. Again, colors are very muted. You have a couple pops, but still not too bright. Versus when we look at Moonrise Kingdom, right, very monochromatic. We move into a scene. There's going to be people moving in and out of the scene. In this scene, we're going to have several people move in and out of frame.
There's a broken gumball machine right behind the snack tent.
And now the scene begins to move.
I don't care how they do it where you come from. You want pop? You want candy? You want a snake bite kit? Get some money.
Cousin Ben?
Come back in 5 minutes. Is this him?
Yo, mate, Sam Chukowski, 255 resign.
He's hot.
And we're moving again. There's people moving along with them in this direction in the very background. Then you have right here where they're moving in the opposite direction, as well as then you have the fence line also moving, all at the same time.
Almost too hot. What's in the can?
$76, but it's mostly a nickel.
Give it to me. You managed seamanship?
Yes, sir.
Good. There's a cold water crab or moored off Broken Rock. The skipper owes me an IOU. We'll see if he can take you on as a claw cracker. Won't be an easy life, but it's better than shock therapy.
Thank you, sir. By the way, where's the travel tent?
Back there, the Padre's home with the monks. Why do you ask?
I want to bring my wife. But we're not married yet.
You his girl?
So again, you can see in those scenes the difference. So for me, it's just a lot easier to follow along with dialogue versus all the movement going on, because I tend to want to focus on all the details, so then I'm getting very distracted very quickly from the story. But that's just me personally, of course. And then again, as far as social context, the reason why I would say probably The Big Lebowski versus Moonrise Kingdom is because The Big Lebowski feels a lot more relatable. I know a lot more of people that are like the dude and Walter than I do Susie and Sam. And I feel like a lot of people my age have a lot of like grandfathers or uncles that were in war that act a lot more like Walter. So the time period that they chose for The Big Lebowski feels a lot more relatable to me than the Moonrise Kingdom. Now I will say, as far as score, I love Moonrise Kingdom. The music that they picked seems so whimsical to me, and that's the only thing that kind of keeps my focus within the film, other than the color. And The Big Lebowski really doesn't have a whole lot of memorable score to it. It's just really dialogue. So I will give Moonrise that. But overall, it's definitely The Big Lebowski for me. Okay, so until next time.